So the other day, one of my students let me know that Michael Bisping said that shoulder strikes don't hurt. Now, I didn't watch this clip. I didn't gain any context from it, which is actually pretty ironic because context is the main surrounding factor of the effectiveness of Conor McGregor's shoulder strikes. Now, let me delve into this. Shoulder strikes may not hurt in comparison to a punch or a kick, the same way that foot stomps don't hurt in comparison to a punch or a kick, but that does not mean that they're not effective techniques. On top of that, the punch that you don't see coming, the strike that you do not see coming, will always be the hardest strike that you get hit with. Donald Cerrone had absolutely no idea that he was going to get struck from shoulder strikes from open mat. We've all seen shoulder strikes happen, but they're normally up against the cage, a place where someone can have somebody pinned down. Conor McGregor had bicep control on the same side that he used to strike Donald Cerrone with the shoulders. Now, I did a breakdown on the 3 secret techniques that Conor McGregor used and why during that fight. One of them was these shoulder strikes. He had bicep control, meaning that he could be the one to create distance, to maintain distance on that same side and use that bicep control to jump up and into Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Normally from bicep control, people are looking for arm drags to push away, to create distance, maybe to use a single tie on the other side to move them around. Donald Cerrone was not expecting those shoulder strikes. He just wasn't. So maybe up against the cage when someone's when you know someone's a very clinch heavy fighter, like you could maybe possibly expect that. And they probably won't hurt as much, but Conor McGregor was throwing those shoulder strikes like actual strikes. Michael Bisping said they don't hurt. Well, I'm not quite sure as to where Donald Cerrone suffered his broken orbital and broken nose. If you guys also did not hear that, it's been confirmed that he has orbital and nose fractures, whether those came from the kicks or the punches. But I will say that after they broke clinch, Donald Cerrone's face was already busted up. He was already bleeding from the nose. He already had a black eye. So I would actually assume that not only that those shoulder strikes surprised Donald Cerrone, which we know increases the level of effectiveness that comes from them, but they also did enough physical damage by themselves to bloody Cowboy's nose and blacken his eye. And not to mention after that, what's other things you don't see coming from Conor McGregor? You didn't see the shoulder strikes, and then you didn't see the Cowboy head kick. That's another one of those techniques that we broke down over on the other channel. Now, I may need to go and actually watch the clip of Michael Bisping. If you guys have the clip on hand or you've actually watched it, know what he says, drop it in the comments down below to see if I'm missing something here on context. All I was told by my fighter was that Michael Bisping said that shoulder strikes do not hurt. Well, by themselves, maybe not. In comparison to punches and kicks, probably not. But given the context of the fight, and given the situation, accompanied with the sheer amount of damage by themselves, that maybe when you're saying that shoulder strikes don't hurt, Michael, you might want to put an asterisk next to that and say, unless thrown by Conor McGregor. Well, guys, Nick with Combat Sports World, a.k.a. Single C here, reminding you, stay combative, my friends.